Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here, episode 262. My name is Tom.
And my name's Zen.
And you can find us at abhpod.com, where somewhere on that page on the right-hand side, or scroll down a bit on your device, you'll find an Amazon banner. If you click through on the Amazon banner and do all your shopping as you usually would, we get 5% of your total basket spend. Doesn't cost you anything else. You just need to click on our website first before you go through there. That'd be brilliant because it helps us to pay for our hosting fees for the next year.
It does, and if you don't have any shopping to do on Amazon, or you just want to support us on a more regular basis, you can look around that Amazon banner, and there will also be a banner for Patreon, where if you become a patron, you get exclusive content such as After the Podcast, which only ever go out on the Patreon feed. You get early access to the spoiler cast, such as the one we did 2 weeks ago for Star Wars. Our patrons have already listened to it. You haven't on this main feed. Speaking of which, you won't get this intro either, so our patrons won't know we just said that, but you do. But you no longer have to hear stuff like that if you go and subscribe. You get early access to videos whenever we do them as well on our YouTube channel. The audio content as well, you get a feed that you just put into your a special feed that's just for you that you put into your podcatcher, and it pulls the main episode. It pulls all the Patreon stuff for you automatically, so you don't have to go looking for it like our old sponsor thing did.
Indeed. You can find us on all the social medias. We're on Twitter at ABH Pod. We're on Facebook.com/ABH Pod, and we're on YouTube at ABH Pod. YouTube.com/ABH Podcast. Sorry. Yeah, it's the only one that you need, a podcast. We've also got an email address if you want to send us long form stuff that you don't want out there in the world for other people to read. That's fine. Just make sure you don't want your name read out if you're going to do that, and that is abhpod@gmail.com.
It is. On this episode, we discuss kitchen renovations,
Harry and Meghan stepping away from the royal family,
and TV, including shows such as The Crown and Star Trek.
Yes, but first I must apologise for the way that I sound. I'm not very well. I'm about to explain why.
Enjoy.
So I'm ill again.
Yeah.
This is becoming a regular occurrence. It shouldn't be, but you know, hey.
It's just winter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Winter and working too much and too hard.
Well, you say that. I was only back at work for 1 week.
But I suppose working hard, I mean, like, you work hard, you're not ill, and then the first break you get, you become ill.
Yeah.
That tends to be what happens.
Yeah. And this cough never went away. Over the winter, excuse me. Sorry, that's horrible, isn't it? There might be a lot of that. Maybe we should put a spoiler alert on the intro to this. Is that, like, if you're upset by phlegmy voices and snotting kind of sounds, this probably isn't.
Don't listen.
This isn't the episode for you.
Yeah.
So Saturday last week, I started getting a bit of a cough. Well, the cough got worse, should we say, from the last time I was ill over Christmas. So I thought, well, I'll just take some cough medicine, it'll be fine. And it got progressively worse and worse and worse. Saturday night, I got like an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep. Ended up on the sofa downstairs so that I wasn't disrupting Joe's sleep.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, it was bad as well, but obviously everything is shut on a Sunday.
Yes.
To get anything decent, I could hear the rattle on my chest as well. Like, it was really kind of pronounced. And again, Sunday night, it seemed to be I could get 3 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Or 2 hours sleep, and then I would start hacking my lungs up. And I think I'd get into a position where it was comfortable for me to fall asleep. And then as soon as I was asleep, I'd move, and that meant...
And then all the mucus settles,
exactly,
which wakes you up.
Yeah. So again, Sunday night, I got, 2 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep. So I got 5 hours sleep all weekend.
Wow.
Went to the doctor's on Monday morning at 7:30 because I've been in there... When I was ill last time, I went down there to get a doctor's appointment. And the lady there was really nice and gave me an appointment, and I came back a couple of hours later. I got there at 7:30 on Monday morning, And the woman on the reception was like, "Oh, we don't open until 8 o'clock." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm here, so like, you know." And she's like, "No, I can't see you. You can't be in the building until 8 o'clock." And I was like, "Oh,
but I am in the building."
Yeah, I was like, "Can I just wait inside here until 8 and then make an appointment then?" And she was like, "No, you're not allowed to be in the building. This is only open for people with blood tests."
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go and stand outside for half an hour then."
Yeah.
And did. Whereupon, like, a few other people who were coming in for blood tests were like, "Oh, is it open?" I was like, "Yes, but I'm not allowed in there."
Because I don't have a blood test.
Because I don't have a blood test and it's not 8 o'clock yet. And they were like, "Okay." And walked in and did
you're like,
their
"I
things.
know."
Yeah, no, I know. And then some other people with appointments started turning up and they stood outside until 8 o'clock.
So they knew the drill.
Yeah. And then 8 o'clock rolled round and they went in and this woman was like, "Oh, you were here before me. You go first." And I was like, "I'm really in no rush. I don't have an appointment. You guys do. Don't worry." And she was like, No, go." So I went up to the window again and the woman looked up at me and was like, "Were you the gentleman that I saw a little while ago?" And I said, "Yes." There were like 2 people that have come in like, "Yes, I am."
Yes.
"You don't have an appointment?" "No." "Well, I can't make you an appointment until 8 o'clock. You can phone in." And I was like, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you guys never really pick up the phone anyway. Like, I tend to walk around like I was not in a good mood. I'd had not very much sleep and I was being dicked about by this woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I'd been in previously, been seen and allowed to book an appointment at that time in the morning. And I was like, but I'm here. So if I'm going to phone, why not just do the appointment now?
How about I hold my mobile phone up to my ear and then you hold the office phone up to your ear and we just pretend we're on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and she was having none of it. And I was like, right, well, I'm not going back outside for another half an hour. I'm going to sit over there. And she was like, "You're not really supposed to be in here without an appointment." And I was like, I'm not standing outside in the cold for another half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit there and I'm going to ring through.
And you're going to pick up the phone.
Guess what? Phones were busy.
Yeah.
Because they're always fucking busy. Like, I've done it in the morning before. I've gone from here at 8 o'clock on my phone round to the doctor's.
Yeah.
I've still been on my phone in the queue, and I've got to the desk, put the phone down and gone, "I've been trying to phone you. Can I make an appointment, please?"
Yeah.
Like, that's how that place works.
It's not just that place, mate.
No, I know. It's all... I know.
It is. Yeah, we tend to... Now, the last time I had the doctor's appointment, it was just like... I might as well walk down there. Mm-hmm. It's like a 20-minute walk. Yeah. I might as well walk down there.
Yeah.
Wait for them to open their doors. I think they open at... Ours opens at 8:30.
Yeah.
Just wait outside with all the people.
Yeah.
Because there's loads of people waiting, because that's the easiest way to do it. Because you phone up, if their line's open at 8 o'clock, you get through at 2 minutes past 8, they say, "We can see you this afternoon at 4:30.
Yeah.
That's the first appointment. You walk in there, they'll say, "Come back in half an hour."
Well, that's normally what happens.
Oh, okay.
I was sat there, I tried to ring through 3 or 4 times in the half hour I was sat there.
Yeah.
And didn't get through any of the times.
Yeah.
8:30 rolls round and the woman shouts across from the receptionist, "Have you managed to get through?" And I was like, No, I haven't. She was like, "I'll see you now." I was like, "Thank you." And I said, "I'm really sorry for the but I have come in here at 7:30 before and been given an appointment.
Yeah.
So that's what I
expected
to happen this time." And she was like, "Well, it shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Right, okay, well, I know for next time, don't I?"
Yes.
3:30.
Jesus.
So I had to be at home all day, wait for the rest of the day to get an appointment. Went back in there, got seen, got my prescription, went to the chemist, which is just over the road. Okay, like, it's literally opposite the doctor's surgery. So it's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had it before where, like I say, it's a 20-minute walk to my doctor's surgery. So I've had it before where you go in.
Yeah.
You book an appointment, they say, come back in an hour and a half, and you're like... So it's like, walk home, stay there for 40 minutes, and then walk back. Or sitting there for an hour and a half. What I tend to do, because it's sort of like that time of the morning, pop across the road to Morrison's, which is a supermarket where they've got a cafe, have a breakfast.
Yeah.
I did that with Chloe when she hurt her wrist that it was sort of like an hour and a half until the appointment. We're like, well, there's no point walking all the way home then walking back.
Yeah.
So let's just go get a breakfast.
Yeah. Well, this was my thing.
Which is quite nice. It was like a father-daughter time.
Yeah.
We sat in, had breakfast together, and
yeah.
it was really nice. Yeah. And then they said, no, there's nothing wrong. So I was like, right, to school.
Nice.
No, it's a bit nasty, but hey.
It's one of those things, isn't it? But, no, I mean, that was the thing with the half-hour wait.
Yeah.
It's like, it's 10-minute walk
Yeah, it's
there and back.
similar.
So, again, if I walk back home, I'd have 10 minutes at home and I'd be walking back again.
Yeah, I mean, half an hour wait is not too bad.
But if she told me 8:30...
You would have gone home.
I would have gone home and come back at 8:30.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was...
Why did she tell you? You can't come in the building until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But that's only if you've got an appointment.
Yeah, and she knew I didn't have an appointment.
Yes.
Because I was trying to make an appointment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was another thing that got under my skin.
Yes, definitely.
But, you know...
However, all this really cost you, other than a bit of time, was your £9 prescription charge.
Yeah.
So the NHS, although it's not efficient...
Yeah. Of course.
Cheap.
Yeah. I'm not...
No, because people, like, you get some Americans, or even international people that don't have this social health care thing, and they go, oh, the NHS is fantastic. So, yes, but...
It is inefficient.
It is very inefficient because it doesn't have funding, or as much funding as it should.
Yeah.
So,
and I am sympathetic to people.
Yeah.
And if she'd have explained properly to me,
she said
then I'd have been
8:30.
like,
They shouldn't
fine.
have done this. She'd go, cool, I'll go home for an hour.
Yeah. Whereas she didn't explain any of that to me until after the fact.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you just say 8:30 in the first place? Like, work with me.
Yes. So you can't blame that incompetence on the NHS.
Yeah.
That's just her.
Yeah. She was being. She showed no empathy at all.
Yeah.
Like, she was just being.
A job's worth. As we call them, yes.
So I took Tuesday and Wednesday off on the advice of the doctor.
Yeah, which is great.
I felt fine Wednesday evening and then woke up on Thursday and was like, oh, I feel all right. I can probably drive to work and get a day's work done. Yeah. Went home early on Thursday by about half an hour, 45 minutes, because I was just absolutely zombified by the end of the day.
Because
you'd
had no sleep.
Yeah. Because like throughout Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I was also napping throughout the day as well.
Yeah.
Because I was losing out on sleep at night until Tuesday night, which was the first night that I'd managed to sleep through the night for 4 days.
Yeah.
And then I did Friday, and then like yesterday I was completely wiped out again because I've done 2 days. I should have had the whole week off.
Yes.
But because of deadlines coming up, I've got 2 deadlines for February and 1 for March.
Wow. Yeah.
So like I've got 3 projects to get together. I physically can't take the time off, and I can't do that work from home because I didn't take any of my work home with me. Because I didn't know I was going to get ill.
Yeah, you went home early on Thursday, thought, I'll be all right tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you had nothing at home to do. No.
So, yeah, I've kind of put myself back a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right, man. I don't mind. It's natural.
Horrific ASMR.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? ASMR YouTube channel is just... Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I can feel I've got a cold coming.
Right. I'm way past.
But yeah. Anyway. I'm in the early stages, so no milk for me. Because apparently that aggravates it.
Really?
Yeah. So any milky products.
Is it because it's got
I imagine
live culture in it? Or
possibly,
yeah.
But that's what I always hear it. Like I've never heard it until working where I work now, and you get someone with a cold, and they say, okay, well, just drink plenty of water. Don't, no milk, no like heavy milk products, no heavy dairy products.
Oh,
okay, never knew that.
Interesting. I should cut down on my cheese intake then, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Cheese, man.
Yeah, I know.
Cheese.
It's the one thing I think that I could never ever give up to go full vegan.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever go vegan.
No.
Because
because
bacon.
Yeah.
or vegetarian. But
Animals taste yummy. I mean, it's just...
But I did have one of the Greg's vegan sausage rolls.
Yeah.
And it was really nice.
Yeah.
Have you had one before?
Not yet.
Okay, they're really nice.
I don't... There's not a Greg's anywhere near me. There's not a Greg's
okay.
down here anywhere. I don't know where my nearest Greg's is.
Rochester High Street? They must have
There
one.
isn't one, no.
Really?
No. The only one that I know of around here is in Rainham, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the closest one.
Yeah, which is
I've got one that's
away.
like 2-3 minute walk from me.
Right.
And then there's one in town as well.
I'd have tried one, because there's not one near work either. Well, there's possibly
Weird.
one in Dartford town centre, but it takes, nearly...
Chatham High Street.
Is there?
Yeah.
Really?
And there is one in Rochester High Street.
Is there?
Apparently so. Where is it? Next to the Golden Walk Chinese, does that help? Max Spielman. Opposite Boots and Sports Direct.
None of those are in...
Okay, it says Rochester High Street.
Oh, is that Strood?
Oh, hang on. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, there's one in Strood, is
Just
there?
across the bridge. Literally
I
just
didn't
across
know
the
that.
bridge. So where... Ah, okay. So right near the pub that you play at.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Not on that road.
I know where... Yeah, I vaguely know where you're talking about, because it's
Yeah.
near a NatWest that I used to work in, I suppose.
Where did I see that?
Because there's a NatWest just down the road from the Sports Direct.
Okay,
It's got
yeah.
to be there somewhere. No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty much opposite Sports Direct.
Huh.
It's still a bit of a walk.
Well, in that case, yeah.
But the Chatham High Street one's closer. That's only 1.1 miles.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I've got no excuse.
No excuse. Greg's vegan sausage roll, very nice.
Yeah.
Tastes
I've been meaning to try.
Tastes like a sausage roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I've been trying out various vegan options on menus in restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, like if they've got a vegan burger or something like that, and generally speaking, they're really tasty.
Yeah.
Like,
it is
you know.
so... I wouldn't say so easy to be vegan now, but...
A lot easier.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
It really is. I mean, even the pastry on the sausage, I was eating it, I was like, oh, this is really good. And also, actually, the pastry's going to be like properly vegan as well.
Yeah,
like,
it
no
won't
milk
have butter or anything.
butter or anything like that, yeah. So,
Because
I
obviously,
don't know how they do it.
having watched Bake Off for many years now, we know that rough puff pastry is full of butter, isn't it? So quite how they manage that, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
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 It just reminded me. I mean, you said full vegan, but on the Rooster Teeth podcast now, there's one of the guy who's always on there, Gus. He said he's not gone vegan because like he likes his animal like wool and things like that and like leather or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's on a plant-based diet because one day he thought he'd try a vegan diet. And it's been like 2 or 3 months now, and he's still doing it. Not because he wants to. It was just he wanted to see if he could, and he has.
Yeah.
And he said it's easy, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that
He's even having nightmares now about eating like a meat burger. They have something over in the States. I don't know if you can get it here. The Impossible Burger, which is it's like a completely plant-based patty that tastes like meat,
and even has like a kind of juice in it that's like blood or something. Like if you have it, you can have it rare.
Yeah.
And it's
but it's like fake blood.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know if you can get that over here, but
I'm not sure.
Try
I know that KFC has started doing the vegan chicken burgers.
Did you read that story?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll try and find it if you want to chat. I mean, I don't know if there's so
Yeah,
much to chat about them.
I haven't really been out and about in the world really enough to try these things yet, because it literally came out this week, I think, the KFC chicken burger, the vegan burger, sorry.
Wow, KFC's new vegan burger sells out after 4 days and it won't be back till July.
Bloody hell.
Christ.
So it's like the chicken debacle a couple of years ago where they ran out of chicken.
Yeah. But there was a story...
It kind of shows you, though, doesn't it? If there's an option that's healthier, people will take it.
So also KFC, you can get the burger, but you can't have the fries with it, because then it's not a vegan meal because it's cooked in animal fat.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
the fries are cooked in animal fat.
Yeah.
But there was a story about Well, this is another. So a vegan woman in Nottingham was left heartbroken and disappointed after she took a bite from a plant-based KFC burger, only to find out that it was chicken. Nick Kent, who has followed a vegan diet for 5 years, brought a zero chicken burger in the Clifton restaurant. Burger was launched 2nd of January and is modelled on a traditional chicken fillet burger. Mayonnaise is replaced with vegan alternative, and the chicken is traded for a bespoke corn fillet. At least it's supposed to be. She ordered the new meat-free burger on the 5th of January. The dish came in a zero chicken burger box, but when she arrived home and took a bite, Kent realised the burger contained chicken and cheese.
Ooh.
That's crazy. This isn't the only story like that, though, because there was a couple, I think they were vegetarian.
Yeah.
And they ordered it in the drive-thru, and they thought it was weird when they were asked if they wanted a zinger or a fillet.
Right.
Because they said they want the vegan, and they said, "Is it vegan?" Yes. Okay. Can we have fries with that? Well, no, they're not vegan because they're cooked.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, cool." And they said, "And do you want a fillet or a zinger?" Which they thought was weird.
Yeah.
Weird
fillet.
option. Fillet. Yeah.
Chicken fillet.
Maybe that's just the corn one, or you
Yeah.
can have the zinger. So they were confused by that, and when they ate it, they were like, "This is weird. Why? It does taste like chicken. That's really."
Yeah, yeah.
And then they realised it didn't have the green band on the box to say it was vegan,
right.
and they were served up chicken instead of a vegan.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's a bit strange, isn't it? Like, you'd think that, having worked in retail as we have, you're briefed every morning, or every shift is briefed on, the new things that are happening, what's going on. So if you've got a whole new, if your job is serving food and then a new option is added to the menu, you're trained on how to prepare and serve that.
And you're so used to preparing everything that's on the menu already that when something new comes in and you're asked for that, it stands out. You shouldn't make that mistake easily.
No,
and I mean, yes, muscle memory could take over.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that the person taking their order said, "No, the fries aren't vegan."
Yeah.
And then followed that up with, "Do you want a zinger or a fillet?"
Yeah, and that sounds...
Those two things don't
No.
match up.
No.
But, so apparently there's more than one occasion that's happened.
But also, who else was it? Burger King, didn't they introduce a vegetarian option burger? Like, it's not a vegan burger because they still cook it on the same grill.
But then that shouldn't be vegetarian either, should it? If they cook it on the same grill where they prepare animal meat products, that's not vegetarian.
No. But I think they've got round it by saying that it's a plant-based option.
Yeah, so they're not saying that it's vegetarian or vegan anymore.
But they want it to taste like a flame-grilled Whopper or whatever.
So it's a plant-based burger that is not suitable for vegetarians.
Yeah, not even vegans, but not even vegetarians.
Because it's prepared on the same grill that they prepare the meat burgers.
Which seems like a massive, why are you doing it then?
Yeah.
Like, I get it, because, like I say, if there's a healthier plant-based option, people will take it. But why not just make it vegetarian? Why not why not cook it on a different grill?
Yeah. So like you're saying, something that I'm conscious of now, because I never even thought about it, but there's a couple of guys at work, like the patients, who are they order the vegetarian meal sometimes.
Yeah.
And I say to them, oh, you're vegetarian? And they say, no, I just don't like to eat meat every day. And I'm like, that's a very good point.
Yeah, it's something...
We don't have to eat meat every day. Why do we do it?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's just because it's ingrained into you, isn't it?
Every meal should have protein, which is generally 9 times out of 10 it's your meat.
Yeah.
So you go meat, veg, and whatever. Like you
and a bit of carb, maybe.
Yeah. Whereas, you don't have to. You can get protein out of plants.
Yeah.
You don't need meat. So occasionally, it's only once or twice a week we'll have a meal at home, a dinner at home that doesn't contain meat, and it's just we could do that more often. It should be 1 or 2 meals a week should contain meat, really.
Yeah.
To be responsible.
Yeah. Historically in this country, the fact was that you only had meat on one day, and that was the Sunday roast, because it was a big...
Yeah.
It was a big kind of deal.
Yeah, you fish on Friday.
Yeah.
And a roast...
On Sunday,
and everything else it's just sort of like potatoes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I know that, that's kind of really, really old school. And,
simplifying it a bit as well.
Yeah. But traditionally...
Yeah, and if you did eat meat, you tend to buy like not the whole animal. But if we're talking sort of medieval times now, aren't we?
Yeah,
Where
I guess so.
you farm, you have your own animals that you will kill, and you use
butcher
every
yourself.
single piece.
Yeah.
You use the hooves to make stock. You use, like
the brains and the intestine for like broth
everything.
And offal and things like that. You know,
you use every part of the animal. Now it's so much wastage.
Yes.
But I mean, KFC, they've got that mutated chicken farm, haven't they?
Yeah,
that
of course,
sort of like with the 5 legs and
the chickens all have
2
like
heads 8 breasts. Fuck's sake. I don't know if Ant and Tom covered that on Ship Time Transit. Did they?
I don't know yet. It seems like they've been away for a while.
Do you know that fucking myth is still prevalent today? Like I had to explain to someone a couple of weeks ago. I said it's just not true.
What was that, like episode 3, wasn't it, of Ship Time Transit?
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. And I had to explain it to someone just like a couple of weeks ago. Like, that's not true.
Yeah. Go and listen to my podcast.
Oh, because it started with McDonald's. They just put a chicken in a grinder for their chicken nuggets, so it's got bone and everything in it. I'm like, that's not true.
No, they would never be allowed to do that. Like, there is such a thing as the Food Standards Authority.
Yeah. So even in America,
yeah.
So but that's where it started. They said that about the chicken nuggets. I'm like, that's not true. KFC, and I'm like, no, that's not true. I knew it was going to go to that.
Yeah.
So,
KFC isn't called Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore because they're not legally allowed to call it chicken because it's not real chicken.
That was it. Was it. Yeah. So, yes, it is. Yeah. But the McDonald's chicken nuggets, it's pink before it goes. Yes, it is. That's the preservative they use to keep them. Yeah. It's nothing to do with covering up the flavour of the bones or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know.
But the fact that McDonald's chicken nuggets, they do have 4 shapes. That's true.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that true?
It's 4 distinct shapes. It's like a boot, a bell. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
but
no.
It is. But yeah, McDonald's chicken nuggets have 4 distinct shapes.
I see. I'll have to order some chicken McNuggets then at some point and test this out.
It is chicken McNuggets, not McChicken nuggets, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know. I don't often order chicken in McDonald's.
And it's the McChicken sandwich. I think it's the McChicken sandwich, but it's the chicken McNuggets.
I think that's right. Yeah. I'm making myself hungry for horrible, greasy fast food.
I've always said to people as well, McDonald's is nice. I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And it's Moorish.
Yeah.
It's not really nice. Yeah. Ball, bell, boot, and ironically, bone. But they are the shapes of the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, out of all the fast foods, McDonald's is the one that I would go for last, I feel. Because, like, if I went into a restaurant and ordered a burger and a burger came out that thin...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just awful.
But I think McDonald's tends to be the one that I go to first.
Right.
Not because it's the one I prefer, but it's the one that's more readily available.
Yeah.
I know what I like from there.
Yeah,
it's pretty safe.
I only ever get a Big
Mac. I think it's
the
cheapest.
Yeah, it is the cheapest. That's the boon.
My favourite fast food, I think, has changed in recent years. But it's only when I'm feeling a bit flush.
Right.
It's Five Guys.
Oh, right, yeah.
Have you had a Five Guys?
Oh, yeah, I love Five
They're
Guys.
amazing. They're
but
burgers.
It's really expensive.
It's really expensive, but I think it is worth it.
Yeah.
When you do and do you know what I discovered as well?
What's that?
It's their mini burgers. Perfectly adequate size.
Yeah.
Because you know when you order a Five Guys burger for like 12 quid just for the burger.
Yeah, you've got to get
and
the
it's
chips
a
separate.
giant stack with 2 patties in it.
Yeah.
But the mini burger isn't like a small. It's just a single patty rather than 2.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And I had that with the Cajun fries, and it was plenty. The Cajun fries, man.
Yes. And they serve proper milkshakes as well.
I've not had a milkshake yet.
Oh, mate. Peanut butter milkshake.
Oh, really? I've not had the milkshake because they do an endless soda.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, which again is, quids in.
Yeah. But I love the fact that as well, if I went and got the Cajun fries this week, they'd be slightly different to the Cajun fries next week because they'd probably use different potatoes.
Right, yeah.
Because they that's their thing, isn't it? They say where they had the potatoes have come from this farm this week, which is really good. But I don't know, Five Guys, man. I've only had it twice now. Once when we went to see Book of Mormon, and what was the last time? Where were we? Oh, it's when we went to see Waitress.
Right.
We had it in the Stratford, Westfield Stratford Centre. Is it Stratford? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my new favourite. But yeah, my go-to is always McDonald's if I'm going for fast food, I think.
Convenience.
Convenience and safety. So again, I seem to come to this podcast all the time now. Like, I don't know what's going on with the world when it's supposed like that's tends to be what we do. But I don't know. Shift work does that, but also the fact that starting tomorrow, we're having a new kitchen installed. So Friday, everything turned up.
Yeah.
So
that's what the picture of all the boxes was about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've got tons of boxes in one corner. We've got like 3-metre sideboards or worktops just laying on our floor that we're having to walk on the top of, but they're flipped upside down. Yeah. So we're walking on the bottom of them. Yeah.
We've got
an oven, we've got a dishwasher, we've got the hob, oh my God, there's so much stuff.
We've had our kitchen done since we've been doing the podcast, right?
Yeah.
The kitchen changed, or did it? Was it not? Was it before the podcast got started?
I think just before.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
I can't remember now.
No, me neither. But it's a fun time living for nearly 2 weeks without a kitchen.
Yes.
Living off microwave meals, or like we got a
kindness of family.
Yeah, we cracked the camping stove out a couple of times just to heat things up.
So last week we did a big batch of like slow cooked spaghetti bolognese,
right? Which
we've put in Tupperware pots. I said to Liz this morning, like, right, so we've got to empty all the cupboards today.
Yeah,
we've just got to empty everything today. The fridge freezer, I think, will be okay because we're moving it slightly to the left, but we're keeping it. And we don't have to move that much because I know they say if you move your fridge freezer, you should have it turned off for 24 hours for the gas to settle.
Right.
But we're not moving it a lot. So I think we'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
We're moving it like maybe a foot to the left.
I'm sure that's fine.
I think it's only if you're tipping it, really, that's the concern.
Just kind of walk it across like that.
But not too...
No.
So that should be fine. I said to her this morning, though, like, we need to empty the cupboards and we need to find the camping stove. She went, no, we'll be all right because we're eating at your mum's tomorrow and we're eating at Kat's on Tuesday. I was like, but I don't want to get to Wednesday when we need it and not have it. Yeah. So we need to look for it today.
Yeah, find it.
So we need to check we've got it and it works. Yeah. Which it did... The last time I think I opened it was... Or the last time I checked it was when we moved. Yeah. I was like, the camping stove, does it work? Oh, yes, it does. That'll be handy if we ever need it. Which we will do. I will check the expiry date on the gas before I light it up. So we've got that spaghetti bolognese, which we're like, cool, we can reheat that in the microwave and we can cook the pasta on the camping stove. I've got a feeling we're going to have a lot of boiled dinners. Yeah. Yum. And takeaway. Yeah. It's great. Just eat. We're having the kitchen done at the end of the month, so it's fine. Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, we're looking forward to having it done because did you see the pictures the other week where we've had the windows and stuff done? Yes. I don't think there was any before pictures.
No, there weren't.
That she didn't put up. So, yeah, I don't know if I explained where we had the back door filled in. Yeah. And we've moved and have French doors put in the dining room. So it's very different. Cats are very confused. When they want to go out, they tend to stand where the door used to be, which is now just a wall. Like, that's where the door's supposed to be. Let me out. And then but then they hear us open the door in the dining room and then they come round because it's not far. But they just stand there like...
Where's the door? This is where, this is where I go out.
Just open the window and we'll jump out the window. It's fine, but that's where we leave the house.
Bless them.
Yeah, it just looked very confused.
Oh, man.
No, we got the cat who loves to sit on things.
Right.
Like, if we're indoors, like, it's around Christmas time you'll find it is... or even if I've got my laptop just closed on the floor, she will sit on the laptop.
Yeah.
She won't sit on the floor next to the laptop. She'll sit on the laptop. If there's a piece of paper on the floor, she will sit on the piece of paper.
This is mine.
Yeah, like she won't sit on the floor. So those boxes, she goes and sits on the boxes.
Yeah.
She always finds something to sit on. Doesn't matter what it is. But yeah, she'll choose a piece of paper, and it's like, even if it's in the middle of the floor, there's nothing else on the floor, she'll sit in the middle of the floor.
This is why I like cats.
Paper. It's just so weird.
Irrational and strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look at you as like, what?
This is
normal. Why wouldn't I sit on this?
This is mine now.
Yeah.
I am sitting.
What are you talking about? Just stroke me. No, not there. Our other cat is weird as well. Is that if you're laying in bed, he comes and lays on the bed with you.
Yeah.
He wants you to stroke him, but if you put your arm out to stroke him, he will get up and move, and he will sit just out of reach. So he wants to be with you, but don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
He just sits out of reach. So what are you doing? They're great though.
I just want company. I don't want touching. Company.
But then if you do stroke him, he'll accept it. But he always just sits just out of reach. So annoying. But hey, I love it.
So much more a cat person than I am a dog person.
I love dogs. I do love dogs, but cats are just so interesting.
Yeah, because they're just weird animals. There's a reason why there's way more cat videos than dog videos out there.
Yeah. And it's great when you make them jump.
Yes.
All four paws.
Yeah.
At once.
I suppose the only thing that really has gone on this week is that Harry and Meghan have stepped down from their royal duties, stepped back.
Yeah, that was a pretty big story, wasn't it?
Yeah, like without consulting any of the rest of the royal family, they were like, we don't really fancy being the centre of attention in the press anymore, so we're going to step back from being royals and be the centre of attention in the press for a few months.
Yeah, but I understand.
Yeah,
like I fair enough.
When you look in, like the fact was, up until a few years ago, he was third in line to the throne.
Yes.
But then they changed the way that the monarchy works, in that instead of where you are in the current setup.
Yeah.
Now William's kids are higher up in the chain than he is, which was never...
I think it was. I think it is. I think it is the children of the current monarch.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Will have priority in ascension. Then
I suppose it was. Maybe it was.
Because it's Charles and William is Charles's first child.
Yeah.
William gets priority.
Yeah.
Rather than like one of his siblings. So
now he's got 3 children. It pushes him down to like 7th or 8th into the throne.
Which I did say, and I'm like, because this is the whole thing. I think we've had the conversation here before, where it's like Harry acting out and doing all that stuff because he's never going to be king.
No.
So why the fuck not? And I think this has helped with this decision to step back.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be king, so why does it matter?
But equally, it's to do with the press's treatment of Meghan as well, isn't it?
Yeah, like so two-faced.
When you get those kind of comparisons of headlines between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle, and they're doing exactly the same thing.
Yes.
But they frame it in completely different ways.
Yeah, I think the one that stands out is like, oh, look at Kate cradling her bump, showing love of her mother, and
it's
then
exactly the one I was thinking.
Why can't Meghan leave her bump alone?
Yeah.
Like, well, she's so fucking vain and like, look at me. And I don't know. A lot of people are saying it's racist because she's mixed race.
Say that.
I would say it's more like xenophobic because she's American.
She's an outsider. Like
yeah.
People who love the monarchy don't like them getting together with people from the outside. Diana was an outsider.
Yes.
And she was vilified.
Yes.
For it as well.
And she completely changed public opinion on herself.
Yeah.
People loved her.
Yeah.
And then she divorced. And this is the weird thing, it's like our next king, if it's Charles, will be a divorcee. Yeah.
First one since Henry VIII.
Yeah, he did what he wanted, though, didn't he?
Well, he set up the Church of England so he could get divorced.
Yeah.
Because under Catholic,
you can't do it.
Under the papacy, he wasn't allowed, and so. Yeah.
But then the Church of England won't allow people who are, or they wouldn't allow people who are divorced with a surviving spouse,
yes,
or where that divorce party is still living, which is, I suppose, where Henry VIII went, I want to get married again, I'm going to have you beheaded.
Yeah.
Look, I'm divorced, but she's dead, so it's fine. Yeah, but you killed her. No, she's dead.
No, she's dead. She just, unfortunately...
Much like a parrot, she is dead.
She's an ex-queen.
She is an ex-queen. Yeah, so it's just really interesting that this is happening in the press now, because Liz and I are watching The Crown.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff happening in The Crown that sort of echoes it.
Yeah, which season are you on?
Season 2.
Right.
So, unfortunately, it's the last one with
Claire Foy.
Claire Foy. She's incredible.
Yeah.
She's... we were watching, and it was the episode where Philip is in Antarctica, and he sends the home movie, and she's watching, and just the look on her face, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything other than looking up at the screen, and just the emotion that she conveys just by so good.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's her eyes. She's got great eyes, but yeah, she is. And I really like. Why names are just eluding me.
Matt Smith.
No, I'm talking about the next Queen Oscar winner.
Olivia
Colman. I love her, but apparently people don't like her in this role. So I think it's because Claire Foy did such a great job.
Yeah, definitely. But also because Olivia Colman is such an expressive actress.
Yeah.
She said, I remember watching a thing with her. I think it was on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah.
She was on there promoting it. And she was like, this is the hardest acting job I've ever had to do, because I cry like that at anything, and I have to be this woman who shows no emotion at all. So
like,
it's the hardest I've ever acted.
Because she usually is, like you say, expressive actress.
Yeah.
She has to be really reserved.
Yeah, and I think that's what's confused people.
Because they're used to seeing her.
Yeah, actually she's doing a really good job, because she's not crying all the time.
But yeah, no, I think Matt Smith is great as Philip. But yeah, so it's how people view Meghan Markle is sort of what's happening with Philip in The Crown at the minute, where his personal assistant, where he had to fire him because he was divorced.
Yeah,
and this is the thing. So it's that, and it's what Meghan has said, is she doesn't want to bring her children up in this toxic environment. She actually said that, and watching The Crown makes you understand it is extremely toxic. Yeah, and it's so two-faced as well. Like Charles, who may be our next king, is a divorcee, yet people were slagging Harry off because he was marrying a divorcee. Yeah, exactly. But it's okay, because Charles, who married Camilla, that was fine because Diana died, is no longer living. Yes. And he may be our next king, but it's fine because he only remarried after she died. After his previous, his ex-wife died. How weird. Yeah. That's fine because Meghan Markle's ex-husband is still alive, so that's why it's a problem. What's interesting about the third season of The Crown is that you get a little bit about Camilla in that. Really? Because obviously they knew each other from years back. Yeah. And they were kind of, first loves back then. But she wasn't seen as a particularly good match. Yes. And it does make you wonder if they hadn't meddled quite so much, and allowed him to marry who he wanted, how things would have turned out. It is weird, isn't it? And they've only got themselves to blame, the royal family. Like it's a very strange, archaic institution. It is. And I'm not against the royal family in any way, shape, or form. I actually think they perform a vital service, especially with like tourism in this country. Yeah, tourism, charity work they do, things like that. But the streamlining probably needs to happen. Like something needs to happen, and it's really interesting to see how progressive, like the Queen was at the start.
Yes.
Like, she was so progressive, like, in all the changes she made.
Yeah.
It makes you view her in a completely different light.
It does, yeah.
And it's fantastic. And Philip as well, it's just like, you kind of understand. So, like, the way he is now, where people are like, he's fucking mad. Like, he goes out driving, and you're looking, you're like, well, yeah, that's the sort of bloke he is. Like, he was pretty much castrated once he married her, or once she became queen.
Like, he's lived his entire life 3 steps behind her.
Yeah, like, because he has to.
Yeah.
Because he can't walk next to her, although he's her husband.
Unlike kings whose wives become queens, husbands never become kings.
No, and he never became a prince. She changed the law
so that he could
get the title because that's what he wanted. And that just shows that the love she did have for him, or she does have for him, is that she was willing to change laws to
because he'd have been the Queen's consort otherwise, or something.
Yeah. So he was just the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip.
That's right. Yeah.
No, sorry, Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Philip.
Yeah.
Like, but now he's His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip. Yeah. Because it gives him more of a title, and I suppose in equal standing. It is strange how they always quite archaic, where you'd say it's always the men are in power, the men take precedence. So even if there's an older daughter, the first son would take the crown over the first daughter. However, a woman becomes a queen when her husband becomes a king, but the man doesn't become a king when his wife becomes queen. Yeah, because I suppose then he would have to have ruling. It's weird, isn't it?
It's like I say, it's a really weird kind of archaic institution.
It's so strange, but you sort of understand and you start to feel for the people involved. Like is it Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister?
Yeah. Again, another tearaway.
Heartbreaking, man. Yeah. But it's so heartbreaking what's happened to her. So heartbreaking, but it's such a good show. If you haven't watched it, you need to.
It is really good, isn't it?
It's so good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, the season 3 not as good as the other 2, I don't think, but it's worth a watch still.
Yeah.
Like, especially for Margaret, actually. Her story throughout the 3rd season is
there's Helena Bonham Carter as well, isn't it?
Who's great.
I love her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And again, like, her arc is really interesting in that. And Charles's as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think we just there was a bit in it where someone was saying that the Queen is quite cold with Charles. It's like he's not a child. She's grooming him for his future role.
That's right.
And it's just so weird how you think the Queen has overall say on what happens in the country. Yet
she really doesn't.
She doesn't. It's like her private secretary has the whole say.
Yes.
Like, he is running the show.
That guy.
Even, so the one who was the King's private secretary, when she became Queen, he retired eventually. Yeah. But he is still running the show, even though he's retired.
Thomas or
Tommy or something, like that. Even though he retired, he is still running the show because the new guy, Michael, keeps going to him for advice. Yeah. So weird. But it's really cool. I love how it's working. It's such a good program. Yeah. But it's only 3 at the minute, isn't it? Are they filming the 4th one now, or they just finished filming? I think so. Yeah, they're. I think they've started, but I'm not entirely sure. But it'll be interesting to see where it comes in, really, because I think the 3rd series ends up in the 60s. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then I suppose they're going decades, aren't they? Because I suppose it was the 40s, then the 50s. So I suppose it does make sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think from the 1st series, I think one of my favourite parts was when the Queen Mother went to Scotland. It was at the beginning of the 2nd. I can't remember anyway. I didn't even realise we were in the 2nd series until Liz said, this episode 4. And what? 2nd series? Oh, okay. Because it looks like it carries on. But when they went up to Scotland and the Queen Mother brought that castle and the guy didn't know who she was. Right, And you could see there was a spark between them as well. Yeah. It was like, I spoke to my so-and-so and he said, £1,000. I'm like, what? For a fucking castle? Or it was at hundreds. I can't remember what it was. But
no, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's all the kind of going shooting, but they're taking all the equipment out with them as well, like the tables and stuff. They're having a picnic, but on tables, like oak tables and stuff.
Yeah, it's just I
you know, there's been an uproar about like whether or not they should have private security and whether that should be being paid for by British taxpayers, and because they're going to be the Sussexes now, because they're not even HRH anymore.
No, they've lost that title.
They've lost that,
which is fair. It was what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. They're stepping back.
So he's no longer a prince.
Yeah.
I would say, is he? Just the Duke of Sussex.
I suppose so. Yeah. He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't be prince, would he? Because prince implies lineage to the throne, doesn't it? Yeah.
I mean, let's not fool anyone. We're still going to call him Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Because that's who he is.
Yeah.
Or is he going to be Henry now?
Oh, he could be Henry, couldn't he? Yeah. I suppose. But yeah, because they're going to split their time between here and Canada.
Yeah.
And then there's
because
thing.
That's still a British.
It's still within the Commonwealth, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can see it from the critic's point of view. Is like, oh, we want to be financially independent, and it's like, oh, bless, you know, in your 30s and you're leaving your nan's house.
Yeah, I get all that. But did you see yesterday? I think you must have, because you're saying about they're losing the HRH title. But they said, what was it? They're losing that, but they're also paying back 2.4 million.
That's right.
Of taxpayers' money.
Yeah, for the refurbishment of their home, which only just happened.
Yeah, so
if they're giving that back, you can't
yes,
complain,
fair enough.
Can you know?
Obviously, they've had more than 2.4 million.
Yeah, but while they were doing their duties,
yes,
and they didn't have to pay this back because the refurbishment took place whilst they were.
Yes, and yes, they are still going to be living in a royal house. Like that's still going to be their house, but I imagine they're.
Is that still going to be their house though? I don't know.
I don't know, to be fair.
I'm not sure. I'll see if.
I imagine, but they might pay their own mortgage. They might pay rent to the Queen.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
they might have to pay their own bills.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be difficult. Like Meghan Markle did that.
Oh no, it is going to be. It's going to remain their family home.
But
but they've paid for the upgrade. They've paid for the refurbishment now.
Yeah, they've paid for it. So is she going to go back to acting?
Maybe.
Because she couldn't while she was a member of the royal family.
No, but now she's not. She can.
Because that's her career. Like, she can have a career. Maybe he's going to be a kept man still.
Maybe. But, you know, he's got his charities and stuff that he's the head of still.
Yeah.
The Invictus Games as well that he puts
he must take a salary from those, being that he's the head.
He will
it.
now,
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
And that's how he will make his money now.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to be loafing around.
No.
And they will need security because he is who he is.
Yeah.
You know, and equally, like, actors have security too.
Of course, yeah.
And she is an actor. And I'm sure they'll be able to pay their way. Like, like, people get up in arms about this kind of thing. And it's like, leave the kid alone. He's done his time.
Yeah.
Like, he's never looked entirely happy. He's always been the one acting out because he's never going to be in the top job.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Allow it.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to when Diana died, and like they made those two boys walk behind the carriage carrying the coffin of their mum, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
To that 8-year-old child or whatever it was, you know, like, and you're not allowed to cry.
That is messed up, man. That is so messed up.
Absolutely insane.
Got to keeping up appearances.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel for them. I don't care, you know.
No.
Let them do it.
He comes across as one of the most down-to-earth royals anyway.
And I mean, William as well is quite down-to-earth,
yes.
but obviously he has to keep...
He's
potentially going to be king one day.
I mean, him and Kate Middleton were on the Scott Mill show, like, last year. Yeah,
they were, weren't
something
they? Yeah.
like that. You know, like, they do that kind of thing, but there is a definite...
They do it as royals.
Yeah, whereas Harry, you get the impression... Well, you know that he is kind of like, when he does the Invictus stuff, he's kind of mucking in with everyone.
Yeah. Those two those two men, they've never, they've always had, what is it? They've never been shy. They just seem normal, don't they?
Yeah.
They actually seem like really good guys that you could go and have a drink
and
with.
I think
they'd be your well-spoken mates down the pub.
Yeah.
Like they really would. They're
you'd
really
like
nice.
to think that William would change some stuff about the monarchy once he gets in.
Yeah.
Once he becomes king.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder, having watched The Crown, whether those good intentions will be quashed by the system.
Yeah. Yeah. I just absolutely love that show. Everything about it. I mean, oh my God. Why can't I put John Lithgow?
I was going to say,
Churchill,
actually, yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
What a performance.
Yeah. And you felt for him so much towards the end. Like, you could see what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It was so good. And I just love that we're watching it, and I'm just like, quick Wikipedia, have a look what actually happened here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, wow, actually happened.
Yeah. Pretty spot on to what happened. I mean, obviously, the conversations in the background, you're never quite sure.
Take him with a pinch of salt, yeah, obviously. But you do get, I mean, there's letters, there will be letters that sort of do say what has been happening and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
It gives you a little weird insight, and it does change your viewpoint.
Yeah,
I think
it really does. I think it's just a really good historical program.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be rubbish, doesn't it? Like the concept of it.
Yes, The Crown. What's it about? The royal family? That's going to be boring.
Yeah.
Far from it.
No, it's a soap opera.
It really,
isn't it? But really well made.
Yeah.
And, great production values and all the rest of it.
Yeah, I think one of my favourite parts as well was like where she sought an education for herself because she never had a proper education. So she employed a tutor because she needed to know what's going on with the world. Of course she did. Like, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's astounding, really. I was catching up with some stuff, some TV, because obviously I've been laid up for a week.
And what else do you do?
Exactly.
Well, I play my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I play Mario Maker.
I've played a lot of Assassin's Creed as well.
Yeah, you were playing it as I walked in,
and I caught up with, there was a War of the Worlds adaptation over Christmas.
Yes, with BBC, wasn't it? Yeah,
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I saw it, though. I saw it was on, and what else did they do?
Dracula.
Yes.
That was really good.
Okay, I didn't watch that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a few things that
because the Dracula one, it was done by Moffat and Gatiss.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cool. So it's got a kind of Sherlock-y, Doctor Who-y kind of feel to it.
Oh, Doctor Who I've been watching, actually. Yeah.
Right.
But, sorry, you were talking...
No, like the War of the Worlds one was... I think that's worth a watch, but...
And is it set back in Victorian times?
Edwardian, so it's
is it
like
Edwardian,
the 20s or the 30s.
Okay.
Which is, I think, when the book was...
I think it was, yeah. I thought it was Victorian.
Because the original film was made in like the 50s, wasn't it? And like...
Yeah.
That was all... Yeah, and it's like set in Woking. It's just weird to have it like... because the last version was the Tom Cruise...
set in New York.
One, like in, wherever
it's
it
very
was
Hollywood.
set, and very, very Hollywood. This is like gone back and it's referencing Woking and Dorking and places
really?
like
wow.
this. And it's got some good performances in it. There's the girl from... Yeah. There's the girl from Poldark, Eleanor Tomlinson.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch Poldark either.
She's really good.
Yeah.
And Rafe Spall.
There's another Rafe in the world?
Yes, but his is actually Rafe.
Oh, not Ralph.
Yeah, no, he's not called Ralph. He is actually called Rafe.
Okay, right.
Whereas Ralph Fiennes is not a Rafe. He's Ralph. He wants to be a Rafe, but he's not.
I swear that L was actually supposed to be an I.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like the idea of it, and some of it's good, and some of it was a bit hit and miss. There's only 3 episodes, but Yeah, I kind of watched those while I was off. And...
I mean, if the Martian walkers don't go, beady, beady, I'm not interested,
no,
mate.
they didn't.
Oh.
And there was a lot of it set in the apocalypse that came afterwards, which I don't really remember having happened.
No.
I've never read the book, so I don't know.
No, to be fair, my knowledge of War of the Worlds comes from the Jeff Wayne.
Right, yeah.
This was going Forever Autumn's playing in my head at the minute as we're talking.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of it's like set in the future as well. Like there's a split storyline, and you're like,
I just need to download something for the drive home.
But no, Dracula was really good. I would recommend you watch that.
Okay.
It's not your typical retelling of the story.
No, I mean,
from the get-go, you're like, what?
I've heard it's incredible.
Yeah.
And what else was on over the Christmas period that people keep saying? Don't fuck with the cat, is it?
Oh, yeah, I've been reading people talking about this as though it's amazing.
I don't even know what it is.
No, nor do I.
But it sounds like when I first saw the title, I thought it was one of those animal behavioural reality programs where they're sort of training cat. But apparently it's like a documentary about a murder where a cat leads them to figure out this murder.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I saw loads of people, like it kind of exploded over the kind of New Year time. Yeah. And,
apparently I've already got it downloaded.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Fair enough. But, that's supposed to be amazing. It's something I need to look at. Yeah, we're going through The Good Place still with Liz and Chloe. The Crown.
I watched the first episode of The Witcher as well.
I've seen the first episode.
And got totally lost with who was who and what the names meant and things, because I've not played the game or read the books.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so far in it, I think it's just been him.
Yeah. From
the amount of the game I've played. So.
Yeah. See, I've downloaded the game on the January sale, so maybe I'll play the game and go back to the series. I don't know.
See, the thing is, I got it on... What did I get it on? I've got it on my PS4? Or have I got it on my PC? No, I've got it on the PS4. It's in my wish list for the PC, even though I've got it on the PS4. But it's also on sale on the Nintendo Switch.
Right. So you might get it there too.
I'm trying to play Zelda. But it's on sale. So, and obviously every time I see it on the store, I just want to call it a Switcher.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? There's a marketing opportunity there somewhere.
I think it's
hello,
missed.
There's a fox. That's bold.
Yeah. Sorry, this silence is because we're looking at this fox. And it's not like... It didn't look like a real scraggly town fox.
No, it was
looks
quite
like
well grouped.
I don't know whether we should open that door now.
No, I think I might leave that for a sec.
Yep.
Anyway, the other... no, I've lost it. What were we talking
about? The Witcher. We're talking about TV programs.
I thought the episode was really intriguing.
Yes.
But I just couldn't keep up with all the names of things and people and stuff. Because you've watched the first episode as well, right? Yeah. So, I thought it was really well made.
Yeah.
Joe basically switched off after 10 minutes.
Yeah, Liz was lost. I
stuck it on and she was like, I don't like Henry Cavill's character. He's being an arsehole for no apparent reason.
It's just Geralt, man. That's what he does.
Is that what his character does? I assume that's what his character is. I'm like, well, he's a kind of outsider.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get to know people because he has to kill lots of people.
And people don't want to know him because he's a Witcher.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of probably...
You don't know what a Witcher is at the minute.
No, exactly,
but
yeah.
That's the whole... I think that's part of discovering the characters. The first series. It's like, if you go back and watch the first series of Game of Thrones with the those characters are going to be completely different because it's introducing the characters.
Yeah.
Mate, I was so lost at the start of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Even reading the books, I've watched all of it, and reading the books, I'm just like, who's that? Even though I know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
But it's
one of those things, isn't it? It's like, she was like, no, don't like him, don't understand what's going on, I'm going to go on my phone. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really good.
I really liked
really intriguing.
the-
I think intriguing is the right
Yeah.
word for it. It makes you want to know what's going on.
Yeah, like I was utterly confused,
Yeah.
but I do want to continue watching
Yeah.
it. And there's only 8 episodes, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be a massive. you
No,
know-
but they are making more.
yeah, of course
So-
they are. The violence was pretty epic, where he
So
finally like goes at it with those guys in the town
Yeah, with his
And,
broadsword.
and the woman.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah,
She was a really good character.
yeah,
I really liked her. But there's
Yeah.
some The Witcher. I don't know if like you want to try again. How does Joe feel about like strong female characters in programs? Is she bothered by it? Or
she's
not really
that
Oh,
bothered.
okay.
Yeah,
She's not that sort. Because
she's
The
not
Witcher-
really a feminist. Like she's
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
the
yeah.
most anti-feminist female I've ever met.
Okay.
Like,
You say that. I don't think. Like, with like she's a very, very independent person.
Yeah.
And she. I think she probably.
she's
I don't know.
against pandering.
Yes. Yeah. Pandering. But I'm against pandering.
Yeah.
I think like The Witcher has strong female characters just because.
Yeah, like that queen who was in the battle where her husband died.
Yes. Yeah. But
like
there's
she was
some
a
real.
strong character.
There's some real like strong like female characters in this
Yeah.
coming up. I don't think they've been introduced yet.
Yeah.
I'd need to watch it again really.
Yeah.
But
Joe doesn't need to see herself on film.
no. Yeah.
put
Yeah,
it
I get
that
that.
way.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it wouldn't make a difference to her whether there were strong female characters or not.
No.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking that might pull her in, but then if she doesn't give a shit, probably not. Then fair enough.
She rolls her eyes quite often when.
Oh, if she thinks it's been forced, I
Yeah.
think she would. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's forced in this at all. Right. Sorry, I got an itchy scab on my arm. That's what that was. I was distracted by it. Tom was distracted by me scratching it.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. But no, it's great. People love it.
Yeah, I'll continue to watch it, but it's another one of those things that I've got to watch on my own time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think
just
I
like
would
Star
have to.
Trek, I've started getting back into that as well while I was off.
Well, yesterday I looked. I was like,
Cracking through Next Generation still.
Okay.
I'm into the last 2 series now. Into the last 50 episodes.
yeah, because I was like, I kind of want to give Star Trek a go, like from the start.
Yeah.
I've tried it before, I think, but then I was like, I wonder if it's still on Netflix. It is. All of it. It's all on
Yeah.
Netflix. I was like, cool. Let's go to it's just called Star. It's not even called the original series. It's just Star Trek.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that. Oh, cool. First series, 30 episodes.
Yeah, and they're all an hour as well, because it was before.
yeah.
Because
Before
the
the
Next
half hour.
Generation went on to 45-minute episodes
yeah.
because of, I don't know.
Industry.
Yeah, the original series
It's tough.
can be tough.
It's 3 seasons, isn't it?
Mhm. The third one I didn't bother with.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the second series, I was like, oh,
It
I don't
hurts.
know if I can get through another 30 of these. And I'd heard that the third series, the production values went down because, like, the fact is, it was a bit of a flop
Yeah.
on its original airing, and then it became cult.
Yes.
And then 30 years later, the Next Generation came along
Was
and
it
was
30 years? Well.
yeah, because it was 67, 68,
Wow.
69, and then Next Generation starts in 1988.
Jeez.
There was that long. There were films.
Yeah.
You know, the
lived on in
films
film.
did better than the TV series, that's for sure. But I think the films came after the
original.
failure of
Yeah,
the original series, you know. Yeah, I'm not really a original series fan.
Are you Next Generation?
Next
or
Generation
Voyager?
was my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I really liked Deep Space Nine and Voyager 2 because they were around at the same time.
Yeah. So it's just because I know Picard's coming out, isn't it?
Yes.
And
I'm going to have to get Amazon Prime.
yeah, Picard's coming out, and I know Jerry Ryan's in it. Isn't
Yes, 7 of 9.
she? Yeah, it's just because Voyager was on. There was an episode of Voyager on TV at work the other day,
Right.
and it was just Jerry Ryan was, and I was just, I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes and just watch Jerry Ryan do a thing.
Just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, just 7 or 9, maybe. Hey. But I was just telling the story like, I think one of our friends, Ginger Will, went to a convention
Right.
and met Jerry Ryan. I'm sure it was him.
Yeah.
Met Jerry Ryan and asked her to sign his rubber duck. Like he took a rubber duck with him.
Okay.
So he has a rubber duck with Jerry Ryan's signature on.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the only one in the world. Like, no reason.
Duck
He just
signed
had
by
it.
Jerry Ryan.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, when she turned up in the trailer, I was like, oh, so it's not just like, because Data's in it as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe it will just be, random appearances from other people from the next generation. But when she turned up as well, I was like, oh.
And it seems like she's going to be a big part in it.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. I'm really looking forward to that. But I am going to have to shell out for Prime for it. Because I think Discovery's going on to Prime as well. Which
it's on Netflix.
Because it was Netflix for the first 2 series. Yeah. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very dark, sort of
like
sweary.
It's a kind of sweary, sexy show. Not much sex, but...
I don't know, yeah, so I do... Because I feel like I probably would like Star Trek if I had the time to invest in it.
Start with Next Generation.
Just give the original series a miss.
Yeah.
And only go back to it when I've...
Or you can probably look up, like...
The best
episodes, yeah. The ones that actually mean something.
Yeah.
Because, there's more misses than hits, I think, on the original series.
Yeah.
And, they do, there are... It's the same for everything,
Yeah.
I mean, even when we're talking about the Netflix series and stuff like that, Daredevil or whatever, there's always 1 or 2 episodes that you're like, nah, could have done without that.
Didn't need that one.
So you're always going to get that, but I think there's more misses than hits in the original series, and they get better at dodging the misses in the later ones.
Yeah.
The Next Generation as well, like, it's funny because we're used to TV shows now with overarching kind of storylines, and the Next Generation is very episodic, but they do still reference things.
So there are connections.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's like it's early 90s, kind of like, oh yeah, we did that once, so let's reference. Like it's almost like
it's not a through line.
No, no, it's not a through line, but they do occasionally reference back, and you're like, oh, that's interesting, because I just always assumed it was like this is an encapsulated episode, like
Yeah,
it's
much well. I don't
it's
know.
when the Borg come into it that it really kind of kicks off.
Yeah, they're very interesting.
Because the original, like the first bit starts off, and there's this entity called Q.
Yeah.
Who is the main antagonist for the first couple of series, and he's this kind of all omnipresent being,
right,
trying to poke and prod Picard. He's trying to find out about humans, basically.
Yeah.
And he's quite interesting for a while, and then the Borg come into it, and Q kind of disappears.
Yeah. So they do have that through line, as in the main enemy is the same throughout, but the series, the episodes themselves are very
encapsulated.
Encapsulated,
yeah.
Okay.
Whereas I think by the time you get to Deep Space Nine, it's much more of it's coming into that
a series
kind of formula that we're much more used to is like it's telling an entire story all the way through.
Yeah.
But I haven't quite got there yet. I've got 49 episodes to go before I can get
the next
and then there's about 6 series of that as well before I can get to Voyager.
Is that something you're watching on your own as well?
Yeah, she's got absolutely no time for that kind of bollocks.
Yeah. Well, Liz really likes Star Trek. She used to watch it with her dad, so I feel like I could.
At least there's that, yeah. But I would, look up a list of original series episodes. Yeah.
Essential episodes.
But don't put yourself through watching all of it.
I think you'd probably, to like some of the stuff later on, you'd need to know stuff from the original series.
Yeah, like, for example...
like having the knowledge.
There are episodes of... There's one very famous episode of Deep Space Nine where a couple of the characters go back to a episode of the original series, the Trouble with Tribbles episode.
I've heard of that, yeah. Tribbles, the little
furry, vibrate-y, purry things, that multiply like rabbits.
Yeah.
And they superimpose these characters into that episode.
Ooh.
So if you've seen the original episode, like it makes much it's interesting to see it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But there are definitely callbacks to specific things. I just got to a point in the Next Generation where they've managed to they found like a ship that's crashed into this big Dyson sphere around a star, and they've managed to recreate Scotty. He's been stuck in phase. They use the transporter to bring him back.
Right.
And he's aged 70 years, but it's been 70 years since he was destroyed into the phase. And so he comes back and gets involved with the engineering in the Next Generation, and he's kind of in the way, and goes at loggerheads with Geordie over a few things.
All right. Geordie's the guy with the visor, isn't he? Yeah, I know him. He's interestingly his daughter worked at Rooster Teeth. Oh right. Yeah. For a little while.
Burton.
Yeah,
he's
Mika.
LeVar Burton.
She's Mika Burton, yeah. She's like a cosplayer, esports presenter, but she worked at Rooster Teeth for a little while,
Yeah,
that's where I would collide.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sorry, that was
to do
way
a thing in
too
America
much.
called Reading Rainbow or something, didn't he? And they brought it back.
That's
there was
right.
a huge thing about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we went off on The Crown and Star Trek.
Slightly too much Star Trek speak, I think, maybe.
No, I'm sure people will enjoy that, actually. But Doctor Who is still very, very good this series. Yeah. I think 2 episodes in, 3 episodes in. I don't know. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it, yeah. I think that, you can't... Jodie Whittaker, loads of people sort of didn't like it. She was going to do it, but she's absolutely
She's a terrific
job.
actor.
Yeah. Fantastic job.
Yeah.
She's got very... it's very almost like David, sort of like a mixture of David Tennant, Matt Smith Doctors. She's really good, really good. So I'm not saying she's emulating them, but that's the sort of energy she's got. Yeah.
I'm glad it's working out for her because
and it's great jokes. It's like something she happened when she was a man. She was a man? What? It's just it opens up for silly little jokes.
That's
like
it,
that,
isn't it? Like the fact that they've changed the gender means that they can play around with that. Yeah. And also explore different storylines and things as well.
It's really good,
absolutely makes sense for a 60 or 70-year-old series.
Change it a little bit, But it's good. It's still good. Yeah. I'm still enjoying it.
And there's so much good TV around at the moment. It's ridiculous.
It's too much. It's too much. Yeah. Simplify it, please.
Almost need to take more time off work to catch up with everything. So I mean, I guess tell us what you're watching at the moment, what we're not watching that we should be. Adds to our ever-growing list.
And your opinions on the ex-royals, Harry and Meghan as well. What's your view on it? Yeah.
Does anyone really
have a difference?
Is it just the press that care?
Yeah, and that guy that sort of took a day off work to protest or to complain about it outside Buckingham Palace, dressed up in his Union flag gear all over the place.
What a knob.
Yeah.
But at least it's not Brexit.
I say he took a day off work.
Yeah.
I don't think he works.
Nah, probably not.
At least it's not Brexit.
Yeah. But then that's always the worry, isn't it? It's like, let's make a massive deal over this because something weird is going on over here that they don't want us to know about.
Over here! I don't know what's going on with Brexit. And World War III, which seems to have died a death.
Yeah, that was a flash in the pan, wasn't it?
Yeah. But hey, no World War ever started over the assassination of one person, did it? That's what a lot of people were saying. It's like, maybe the first one. Maybe the first one.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's going to be fine. Everything will be okay. And my year of being positive is still...
Yeah, everything's going to be okay.
Everything will be okay.
There's really good stuff on TV. Everything's going to be okay.
And if it's not the end, then it's still it's going to be fine still.
Yeah.
Everything will be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It did make sense. Don't worry.
Don't think there's going to be any after the podcast action this week because we've got some stuff to be recording for people.
Yes.
Even though I sound like this, we're on a deadline. So I'm going to just push through.
There's not, no.
Yeah, recording things.
So we apologise to the current patrons.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something you haven't listened to. Go back, find something old you haven't listened to.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff in there.
And anyone who becomes a new patron, there's loads.
Yeah.
There is a lot.
After the podcast, spoiler casts.
Yeah.
I would say videos, but they're already on
They're
YouTube now anyway. So, but you will get all these things in the future once we have...
There's a song on there as well.
There is a song on there, yes.
On that note, yeah.
And there's a
Randy Newman didn't... His song never got picked up. Billie Eilish is doing it.
Billie Eilish. I'm going to look forward to that.
It's a good point. We didn't talk about music because we're both trying out new music, aren't we?
Well, maybe we should do a very quick after the podcast.
Yeah, very quick one. Yeah, we'll do that. So there is.
There will be.
Discount everything that was said in the last 2 minutes. We're going to do a quick after the podcast, so we're calling this one to an end immediately.
Yeah. So see you over there on the Patreon feed.
Yeah.
And until next time, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.